Good evening. Not anybody's listening. But I thought I'd do your questions answered, a live Q&A. So you can ask me anything you like about business coaching, about business, about anything really. Quite happily chat to any of them. Any of you. Good morning. Hiya Ryan, how are you doing? Any particular questions for a business coach tonight? I'm just going to sit here talking to myself. Get to my age, people start to worry about that. No? Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll run through some basic Q&As that I normally receive. So I generally get asked, what kind of businesses do you work with? I work with established businesses and charities across the UK, typically being led by directors, chief execs and founders who are looking to grow or stabilise or innovate the way the business runs. Most clients will have teams in place, although in fairness I do work with quite a few solopreneurs, and they're looking to improve either leadership, performance and governance. And they tend to be sort of 32 to 50, that's my sort of sweet spot if you like. You can ask me anything you like if you want, Ryan. And yeah, so I work with all sorts of businesses really, from pharmaceuticals to retail, from not-for-profit to fintech, you name it, I've worked with them over the years. So look, so exactly how does your business coaching work? Coaching runs usually monthly. It includes a 2-hour sort of focus session with a written report at the end with some clear action points, along with ongoing WhatsApp support, generally via WhatsApp. I tend to blend a style of accountability and strategy with problem solving, designed really to keep you and your business moving forward and get you making a return. What industry do you specialise in? Yeah, it's a long list. I'm fairly sector agnostic really as a business coach. I've worked across finance, tech, property, professional services, manufacturing, charity sector. Common thread is really helping leaders to make better strategic decisions, strengthen governance and drive sustainable results really. Do I offer a free consultation? Yes, I do. I offer a discovery call, for want of a better description, where we can have a chat about what it is that you're looking for, how your organisation's structured, and what you're looking to get back from that. And that's free, absolutely no obligation to take it forward. About 80% take it forward and 20% don't. Sometimes I answer everything in a free session. That's really my own fault really. How long does it take to see results? Well, clients usually notice a sort of real shift in focus and confidence within the first 4 to 8 weeks. So within 1 to 2 sessions, tangible results, sort of improved performance, more turnover, better profit, can take quite a little bit longer, maybe sort of 3 to 6 months, or in some cases, depending on how bad the business is in the first place, can take anything up to 12 months. You know what it's like if you run a business. Today can be a good day, tomorrow can be a bad day. This year can be a good year, next year can be a terrible year. Some things are just unpredictable. Best way to get started is probably to book a free discovery call. Send a quick message direct to me, and just ask for a discovery call, and I'll send you the link and you can book in when it suits you really, to be honest. How do I tailor support to your business situation? Good question. I suppose every conversation starts with a deep dive really, what your ambitions are, your obstacles, what metrics you use to measure your business, what your team is like, what the context of the business is, and then I sit and craft a bespoke plan of strategy, governance, growth, and leadership, as and when you need it, and we revisit it on a monthly basis just to adjust as we go along. You know, just like they say, a business plan is just a working document really. There is no one-size-fits-all package, but you get what you need because it's tailored. Any questions, Ryan? Nope. You can ask me anything. There's no such thing as a daft question. This is my first attempt at live, so I do apologise if it's a bad performance. So what kind of return on investment or benefit should you expect from coaching? When should you expect to get it? Well, you can expect a clearer focus, some better decisions, stronger leadership style, improved governance, more disciplined growth, or a smoother exit if you're at that point in life. And they should start showing what 1 to 3 months, with more tangible financial outcomes starting to appear within sort of 6 to 12 months, really. As with most initiatives, really, the more you commit, the faster results are, you know. What's the minimum engagement period, and can I cancel? Typically, coaching begins with a 3-month commitment, although it is quite a loose commitment with me. I don't sell packages. I'm a big believer that coaching isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. So you buy me and my expertise and my time as and when you need it. So if you want 1 session a month, you can have it. If you want 1 session a quarter, you can have that. Or as some of my older, more established clients like, they only see me once a year or perhaps once every 6 months. Everybody's slightly different, really, as is every business. Yeah, you know, so yeah, I suppose it all depends on you, really, and how much you want. Yes, you can cancel for a 30-day money back guarantee with my coaching skills. And if you're not happy, I'd rather you not pay me and go away happy than pay me and go away disgruntled. So yeah, I offer a 30-day money back guarantee. I'm that confident. How do we measure progress and success? Well, we generally set sort of 5 key performance indicators in our first session. It could be revenue growth, leadership engagement, governance score, team turnover. It all depends on your individual business, really. So each month then we track those KPIs to make sure that we're moving in the right direction. And then we look at what actions can be taken, what barriers can be removed in order to achieve more, really. At the end of each session, you get a written monthly report. It becomes sort of a living artifact of growth, if you like. And we review it together each session, so it keeps you accountable. Any particular questions from those that are tuning in? Nice to see you. Okay, I guess I've run through some of the more frequently asked questions. How does the WhatsApp support between sessions work? So I believe in a hands-on approach with my clients. So my WhatsApp's open 24/7, 365 days of the year. That's not to say that I'll be awake at 2 o'clock in the morning if you message me, but if I am, you will get a response. You'll have direct access via my WhatsApp to raise urgent questions, share progress, or flag concerns. I aim to respond as swiftly as I can, generally within business hours, so you keep the momentum. It's a sort of on-call strategy for accountability, really, that I offer. Interestingly, on the Q&A on the website, I've got, no, the channel is for business-related matters, not midnight rants about your coffee machine, because I have had that one. Any questions? It's a sort of open Q&A. If you want to drop anything in the text, you can do. You know, feel free to comment. Feel free to ask any questions you like in the comments. I'm currently trialing this TikTok software to see how it works with Live Studio. So I'm intrigued to see how it works, or if it doesn't. If it's working for you, let me know. If it's terrible, let me know. Any feedback's always welcome. Okay, in that case, I'll carry on with the Q&As that I've already got. So I get asked quite a bit, what about contracts? I generally don't do long-term contracts. generally find it difficult to agree to sign up to a 12-month contract with a business, knowing that the business is going to change so much in that 12 months that what we offer at the beginning may not be what you need at the end. So as a whole, we don't usually have long-term contracts. We offer a flexible service that balances and meets your needs. And the most we usually ask is that you try us for at least 3 sessions. So it's entirely up to you, really. We can build a coaching program that's around you and your business needs, whether that's monthly, quarterly, weekly, half yearly, yearly. It's entirely up to you, to be honest. Do we offer a refund policy? Well, actually, some of our coaching solutions offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. Although we do offer a no divorce clause initial discovery call to make sure we can work together. I'd rather meet you first. Oh, that's great, Global. Ask away. Ask away, Global. I'd love to hear your question. This, of course, it's bound to be one I can't answer. Well, go on. I'll tell you what I have realised. I can't type and talk at the same time. Yeah, it's about business. I'm a business coach by day, trustee and non-exec director by night in the not-for-profit world. And I help my son set up a not-for-profit mental health football club. So I keep busy, but it is all about business, yeah. What can I do for you? I also help people become aspiring directors. I do things for people as well as businesses, but it's predominantly businesses. Tell you what, Global, when you drop me a message, there we go. All right, yeah, fast food's great business, provided you get the right place and there's not too much competition. You need a balance, but any particular sector within fast food? You know, is it going to be sort of Italian, or is it going to be general, or are we talking burgers, or? All right, okay, yeah, general works. We have a very, very good fast food place near us that's general. Okay, strategy on picking the area. To be honest, I honestly don't believe you can beat boots on the ground. You know, get out there, order some food from the other takeaway, see what it's like, see what your competition does, and more importantly, see what they do well and see if you can do it better. Whereabouts in the country are you, Global? Yeah, I can help you with a marketing strategy. I have a whole section on business planning. I can help you write the whole business plan if you like. You want to drop me a direct message and we'll set up a free discovery call and see what we can help you with. I work with clients all over the world, predominantly on Zoom in all fairness, which is why I should be much better at this video thing than I actually am. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, drop me a DM and I'll drop you a message back when I finish this live. Yeah, I work on Zoom predominantly, but I also have Teams, Google Meet, and all of the others that are available. Zoom is the general one for me. Okay, so look, what else we got on here? Got a pile of Q&A on here somewhere. What do I get from my coaching or mentoring? So personally, I think coaching and mentoring is quite a personal relationship. Yeah, Uganda's fine. I have clients all over the world. Yeah, so yeah. So I find sort of mentoring and coaching is a really personal relationship. Everyone gets something different from their experience. It's a little, I hate to sound like an old-fashioned teacher, but you get out whatever you put in. So if you put a lot of effort in, you'll get a lot of effort out. And that makes the world a difference. It's why I firmly believe in not offering packages, to be honest. Much to my detriment at some point. There we go. So what's the difference between business coaching and board advisory support? So coaching focuses on developing you as a leader and a decision maker, while board advisory and non-exec roles focus on strengthening the business strategy, structure and governance. Many clients use a mix of both, really, for balanced growth and oversight. Let's have a look. Can I mix coaching, mentoring, board advisory and non-exec? The basic answer is yes. Absolutely. Many clients start with a monthly coaching subscription. Then they bring me into a board advisory role, and then eventually a non-exec. And the key is clarifying the roles. So you lead, I advise, or you lead, I chair. There's distinct differences between the two. But as our relationship develops, you'll notice the difference there. So how do you maintain confidentiality and avoid conflict of interest? An interesting conversation, conflict of interest. I'm quite upfront about what I do and who I'm involved with and what I'm responsible for. So, if you wanted to come along and for me to coach you and you were involved in fintech, for instance, we would have to have a conversation about my potential conflicts of interest there. But all my engagements are governed and signed by an agreement which covers the scope, the confidentiality and the role. I don't take conflicting clients in the same sector. If I foresee a potential conflict, I raise it immediately and we determine a path. Either I recuse myself and help you find another coach or mentor, or I'll help you find an alternative advisor, whichever it might be. Anybody else, any questions? Good evening to you all. So can you help our charity or NGO, and how is that different? Yeah, in fact, I have plenty of chartered experience in the charity sector, and governance for that matter. For NGOs, I bring board advisory, strategy, governance, funding, impact, insight to the table, really. I've been a charity trustee for about 15 years. I'm a charity trustee of 2 charities. I'm a non-exec of a not-for-profit, and I've been a non-exec of another not-for-profit before. I am responsible for fundraising in one of the charities. I am the chair in another charity, and I am also, what's the right word for it? I'm also responsible for the accounting in both charities. And for for my work that I do with the non-exec, I help the exec team find funding options for the not-for-profit. The not-for-profit world is vast. I've worked with a number of chief executives that are new to post, that I've mentored and coached through their transition. I've had some great successes with not-for-profit. The things they do they do it on a vocational level. It's completely different, really. creates a world of difference. Let me have a look. Is there any other questions on here I haven't already answered? How can you pay? Well, 99% of my clients pay electronically by backs, but we also do take direct debit, PayPal, credit card, and of course we do take cash occasionally on those very rare occasions when it happens these days. What can you talk about with your mentor or coach? To be honest, you can talk about anything that you choose as long as it's legal. Most commonly talk about your plans, goals and dreams and how we can help you achieve that success, whether it be with business or whether it be as an individual. I work with the Institute of Directors and I'm currently coaching executives that are looking to join the boardroom for the first time, or more established boardroom members that are looking to join the non-executive world, because they are distinctive steps in your career. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. What do other people say about me? Well, I must have about 50 reviews on LinkedIn. I've got about 10 or 12 on Trustpilot, and I've probably got about 5 or 6 on Google, because I always forget that you can get Google there. I mean, I suppose I can read a few of them out if no one's got any questions. Anybody got any more questions? Hello, Danny. No? Okay. In that case, I shall have a go at reading a few of these out for you. So I have one particular testimonial from a director of an industrial cleaning business. I utilised the services of Carl as a mentor for my business. I found his advice extremely useful. It allowed me to look objectively at the business, which has allowed us to grow and create more jobs. At the same time, it challenged me about the less profitable parts of the business and concentrate on the more profitable areas. I looked forward to my regular meetings with Carl, as I always came away feeling energised and with new ideas put into action. He had a wealth of experience to offer around people marketing and innovative IT solutions. We're in a much better place now than we were before his mentoring. And that's from a director from quite a while back. Let's find a more recent one. But if I share my website in the chat, you'll be able to go and have a look at it. So, Carl came in and did nothing but prove the value of not only his business, but also a warm feeling of sincere care for myself and the business. The knowledge he carries beggars belief, and I'd have no issue taking him on in any manner. That was from a pal of mine called Gavin, the Business Utilities Group. He's doing great guns now, thankfully. Let's pick a different one. We have another one here where there's a director from an IT company back at the time. Carl has been amazing with my business growth advice and support. One change alone has increased our business turnover by a minimum of 25%. Can't rate Carl highly enough. There we go, let's have a look. So, what was it for? Yeah, that is interesting. It's very interesting indeed, Global. In fact, I'd go to the town looking at opening your store, and I would see what else is available within that town and what else is available from within driving distance, because of course a lot of people order online now, don't they, and get things delivered. So once you've got all that data together, you can then go and get each one of their menus either off the website, off Just Eat, or whatever the version is in Uganda, and see what they cook and what they offer. And then we can look at how you can make that a unique fast food identity in your area. It's all about research. Yeah, KFC is a very interesting case indeed. I mean, if there's ever an example of tenacity in business, it is KFC. I don't know if anyone's ever read the story about KFC, but the general apparently went to about 1,000 restaurants trying to sell his chicken recipe before eventually he found one that said yes. And that turned into such a success that KFC was born. I mean, KFC is great, but it's just a chicken place at the end of the day. It's not my particular choice of fast food. So it's more a question of what's in your locality, what's in your pool, and looking at what's available and analysing that data. And then from that data, you can come up with your own identity. From that identity, you can then start to look at who is my potential client. You know, so are you aiming for the sort of the school child market? You know, ages sort of between sort of 13 and 20, or are you aiming at the middle age? I hate to say that because I feel old by the day. The middle age market, sort of 35 to 60, or are you aiming at the working family market where mum wants an easy choice one night? So depending on what market you're aiming at as to how you will brand that. You know, I mean, KFC was out there. Okay, yeah, I get that. But what can you do with chicken that no one else in your locale is doing with chicken? You know, because KFC is great. You've got burgers, you've got chicken in a bucket. What's going to make you uniquely different other than a national brand with an international brand with an unlimited advertising and marketing budget that you don't have? So you need to find that unique element of what you're going to do with chicken. You know, so for instance, there is a fast food restaurant near me that specialises in burgers, but not beef burgers. These are pulled chicken, pulled pork burgers. So they are uniquely different, and they're about 5 times the price of a normal burger. But you know what? On a Friday, tomorrow night, they will be queuing out the door to buy them. They are that much better than anything else that's about here. And then there's another place down the road that specialises in chicken. And in fairness, the chicken's kind of average. But their sweet menu is out of this world. They do a chocolate brownie. Oh, what's that biscuit I'm about? Oh, anyway, it's covered in a biscuit topping. And it's that rich, you can't eat it in one sitting. You have to eat it over 2. So, you know, and then we've got in fact, I mean, I've lived in my village for 30 years. And then we've got the regular one that was there 30 years ago that is still there today, that does a little bit of everything, but they'll deliver at midnight where everybody else won't. So it's about gather that data from what's going on in the local area, and then start to look at all the different things that they do, and then start to look at how you can make yours unique, where it will be difficult for them just to go and copy it. Now, KFC won't change their menu. So if you start doing sweet chili chicken, I doubt that KFC, oh, of course, maybe KFC already do that. I don't know, don't eat there. But, you know, I doubt they're going to change their menu to make those changes. So, yeah, it's all about gather that data. This initial thing is, you know, get out, get boots on the ground, walk down the street. You know, are these fast food restaurants eat in or take away? Because you might find that just having a few seats inside gets you a different clientele altogether. It depends on the see here in the UK we have different rules around commercial property. around what you can and can't do in different commercial properties. And the local authority are quite strict on how many fast food restaurants there are in a location. So this is where you go and look, because you might find that you don't need to be on the high street where the expensive retail space is. What you need to be is in an industrial estate round the corner, and all you do is deliveries. There's a pizza place about 15 miles away from me, and they're in an industrial unit, and they put chairs out on the car park and tables, and they do Italian style pizza on a stone bake oven, and they're rammed out, they're fully booked. So it's a question of going and looking and seeing what the others do, and then making a decision as to, once you've got that data, what is it that you can do different? Because another chicken fast food restaurant is just another chicken fast food restaurant. So you need to find that balance. Anyway, my 30 minutes are up now, so I am going to hang up. Global, if you've messaged me direct, I shall drop you a message in the next few minutes. Very nice to speak to you, and if I don't speak to you again, good luck with your restaurant. I'm sure it'll be a smash. Just make sure that you've got something that makes you you. And I shall log on again in another evening and do another Q&A. Thank you very much for looking after me on my inaugural. And thank you, Global, for asking questions. So much nicer than sitting and talking to yourself for half an hour. Bye-bye.